कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. I'm under peril for my life at the moment as we start this show. It's a live feed apparently because Abbas's bald head just touched my elbow. I don't know what he was trying to do. You've got the job. Don't do anything. Calm down. And in the chat, for those who, what do we call our opening Tuesday morning salvo with the special invitees, whatever we call it? Ruben David was having a shower and texting, and now he's apologized for texting from the shower. I want to tell you that on our show, we encourage you to text from the shower. It's not like texting while driving. Nothing really bad can happen. So please go ahead. Meantime, Sparsh, you are going to replace Akash for a little while. As Akash is supposed to be here but hasn't reached for some reason. It's probably VIP movement. Kiran, if you're listening, I'm sure you'll understand. And that brings us to the one and only Abbas. Abbas?
I'll be right there.
What?
I'll be right there.
What is that?
I'm there. No, I'm not.
What is that?
There I am.
Oh, you're there. You're there. Okay.
Hello.
There he is.
Yes.
2 hellos better than 4.
Hello.
Lots of questions in the chat for Abbas. But in the meantime, let me just understand once and for all, who's actually supposed to be on the panel today?
Akash only. He's joining online apparently.
Okay.
He's joining online now. This is like a revolution, you know. Slowly, they don't listen to the government. This is what we should do against the VIP movement. You know, where we slowly rebel and finally say enough is enough. Then we torch the cars and, you know, pull them out in their underwears and do whatever we have to.
Let me highlight an important comment here. Nayan Didia says, Abbas, your Hazard Age episode on Aankhein was very good. One of my favorite movies.
बहनचोद इतना ज्यादा प्लग हो चुका है Hazard Age
And
यहाँ
what-
पे।
and you know
ये
what-
आता है ना हम लोग कुछ और बात ही नहीं करते हैं।
But you know what breaks my heart really?
Yeah.
Why was it not that Akash came and Abbas was late?
Yeah.
That would have been so much better, yeah, really.
You know, so someone asked these guys as to why do these guys don't promote our show
Yeah,
and then Cyrus is
yeah.
on there. They were like, कि we play ad over there. अरे भैंचो ad तो तुम्हारा भी चलता है।
They never mention us. They
Yeah,
think of us as a stain on society.
Your podcast
No,
doesn't
they
need
do
promotions.
mention.
You
It's
think?
doing
We
really
used to be
well.
5. Yeah. All right. But that's great. Your show is doing very well. Has it aged well?
Thank you very
And
much.
we might as well just look to the future, which is that show.
But you can also find me this week on
No,
Akash's podcast called Varta Lab.
Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't make it here, so why are we plugging him? The man should have at least made it
I'm
here. Then he gets a
plugging-
plug.
I'm plugging
But
myself.
I was trying to bring this up a segue
Yeah.
to the Oscars actually. Because
Yes,
I thought
please.
Yeah.
this would be a bit of an Oscar special with the great Abbas, philosopher king.
Yeah, that's why I did not want it to be discussed in yesterday's members only episode.
Oh,
Because I wanted him to kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
the famous Khalid Muhammad, or you know, the critics of the old days. There were 2-3 guys who was like the
Rashid
Googles.
Irani.
Yeah.
Rashid Irani,
Yeah.
the Googles of their time. You know,
Yeah.
they would give all kinds of metaphors and link some Japanese movie from the 40s to you know some Konkani film from the 90s, and so that Abbas can do because he's
Yeah.
aged well. So I want to start first with the Gurneet Monga story. She
Yeah.
produced the Elephant Whisperer.
Yeah.
Ex-guest of Cyrus
Ex-guest on
Cyrus.
yeah. And like we mentioned yesterday in that special elite
Episode.
upper hierarchy
Cyrus.
show.
Yeah.
Only for some people.
No, but we did predict. I swear on my mother, we predicted that she will win an Oscar.
So there's a
tongue in
bit
cheek.
in that episode where
Yeah.
you guys just basically saying, yeah, okay, Guneet, I am sure that you're gonna win an Oscar. That's the thing
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
I told my social media people I'll use that clip. That's
Yeah.
a very good.
Stop
clip.
acting like we are a huge company. You know,
We
I
are.
told my social, you sound like
I-
Kunal.
let
Oh,
them at
get
least let
in
them
touch
be
with-
the fools.
Get in touch with my team. You know, I'm Shah Rukh Khan. Get in touch with my team. Will get in touch with you. His team is Sanjay the driver. Who's the laziest guy I've ever met in the business of driving. It's just unbelievable. He doesn't like putting his hand out to give the signal also. He just does the elbow like that. It's like that much.
Yeah.
So there's a comedian in the comedy scene who pretends to be his own manager while replying to emails.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
But you know, Silvery has money, so it's very strange that he can actually hire people. Let's get back to Guneet
The Oscars,
and
Guneet, yeah.
the Oscars.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a little bit of India flavor in the sense that they were, I don't want to sound mean about it, but it's almost like they're pow-powing India for some reason. Like maybe they're getting some numbers from here, or maybe the future in some ways, or
Power paddling is a little
It's a strong word,
extreme,
but
but they're trying to expand their horizons, and
little patronizing, you felt?
the couple of terms in the Oscars which have become very important, like
Yeah.
inclusivity, representation.
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And now they're bored of black and gay and
Now
Jewish.
they are
yeah.
More good-
diversifying in the
Yeah,
other parts of
we
the thing.
need other people, yeah.
So which is why the film that
Yeah.
dominated this year,
Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once,
I'm
which we
waiting-
spoke about
I
in our
love loved the
Yeah.
movie.
Family.
dude.
Which
yeah,
one?
yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Which one?
Everything, everywhere, all
Everything,
at
everywhere,
once.
all
Yeah,
at
yeah,
once.
yeah.
Which we spoke about in the year-end movie special that
Yeah.
we did.
I only mentioned it was
Which-
the BJP campaign for next year. That's what I mentioned. I don't remember anything else.
But that's a story about an immigrant Chinese family.
Yeah.
So,
And Jamie
yeah.
Lee Curtis plays that Chinese woman. And won the best supporting actress.
Actually, she plays the American tax collector.
Hey,
who's-
when you're playing Othello as a midget now from Germany or whatever, I mean, they do Romeo and Juliet are 2 8-year-olds, they do whatever they want, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So why should it be? In fact, it's almost like don't go with the cliche or the stereotype.
Yeah.
It's almost like art should like reject it.
But
Yeah.
I remember, I mean, this particular movie, we've been doing episodes on different things like
Yeah.
IVM likes and all that stuff. Every now and then, either him or me or Antriksh, we have always like mentioned this movie. Ye pata tha ki
But,
this is
but
like
do you
one of
think
those
he's
things.
got a good eye for this kind of thing? A film which is like ahead of its time, or
Yeah.
more depth and detail than
No,
others.
so actually, I got 9 out of 15 predictions right. So I got 6 wrong.
What a show off! Cyrus says ko maar diya. Just destroyed us. Now it's a complete Abbas Shoyan, by the way.
I did not expect this film to dominate so
How modest,
heavily.
Yeah.
But the other film that dominated was a German war film called All Quiet on the Western Front.
That's
which is a
right.
Netflix film.
Which is a remake of All Quiet on the Western
Yeah, the
Front.
old one.
The
But,
old one which I have seen.
But India actually lost one category. All That Breathes, which was a documentary.
Documentary,
which was
yeah.
nominated. It
You
didn't
expected us to
win.
win in that.
I was expecting a
With the
clean
kind
sweep.
of pollution there is in Bombay.
Yeah, yeah, actually.
All that breeds won't get anywhere.
The film is precisely about that. The
Yeah.
birds
Yeah,
which
the
suffer
birds and
because
all.
of the
birds,
pollution.
what birds? We kill most of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's true.
ridiculous. Now the two-legged birds are all that's left. Please don't kill them. Whatever you do.
Aren't all birds two-legged kind of?
Well, yeah, that's right. Well
Okay.
done, huh?
Akash is
Not just
joining us
cinema,
now.
but also animal friend. And Akash is on. If
I
Akash
don't
comes
know,
on, does Sparsh stay on? That's the
Sparsh
question.
was doing weird
I'll
hand
fuck
gestures
off
like
then.
this. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Rishi was doing it.
Oh, sorry.
problem is-
I don't know why I confused the both of them only on air.
I think Akash is joining us from everywhere, every time, all at once.
That's his home.
As we wait,
Okay,
in,
perfect.
we're waiting.
Where are you?
What's
They-
the
Digging his
And
nose.
hum chale.
I mean, no respect for us. Unbelievable, yaar. I can't believe it. Okay, 2 minutes to
little bit
promote
respect
Varta
for
Labs.
you, man? Don't say that.
Akash, 2 minutes to promote Varta Labs. Get it out of the system, then we can move on with our show because that seems to be the setup.
No, fuck Vartalab. My special is out on YouTube. Go watch it.
Wow. Naveen ko goli mara. Done. Okay, let's get back to Akash. We're in the middle of our
Naveen
Oscar
also
debate.
is going
I'm
out
sure
on tour, huh?
Who's going on tour?
Naveen, the good child.
Oh wow.
No, not the good child. What's his special called? The good child, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
it's
Child.
called The Good Child. He's doing his
Yeah.
final tour and he'll be shooting it in Bangalore on the 29th.
One
I'll
sec.
be
Is this
shooting my
something to
special
do with?
in,
Is this a
Nagpur on the
documentary on
26th.
pedophiles? What is this Good Child?
It's about a child who is good, but then eventually is. I don't want to get into any slurs or anything. I'm just.
It's a bit late
don't
now.
wanna-
It's already done. Yeah, it's all right. But we're in the middle of our Oscar chat. We
I
can go
wanna
back there. So
explain. No, I'm a GOOD is a good thing.
Huh.
I'm just saying like Naveen will promote it better. But yeah, man, Vartalab has memberships now, guys. We are doing a lot
wow,
of stuff there.
look in 30 seconds.
You still get
Huh?
the
Or
episode,
40
but you'll
40
get some
seconds?
extra shit also.
Excellent.
Please
Yeah.
come to Club Vartalab. I'm
Yeah.
using the lag as an excuse to talk over Cyrus today, and
Yeah, don't worry.
yeah,
no one's
that's what's
listening to
gonna
me.
happen.
You carry on. Then we'll go back to promoting your show, Abbas. Huh?
Yeah, sure.
So,
But yeah, Gunit Munga won.
Which,
the
by the way,
Oscar.
Cyrus, are
She
you?
was
and
discussing
you
about
should
this
mention the director. What's the director's name? Akriti Gonsalves or something. If I remember
Yes,
correctly.
yes.
Right,
It
right?
is a Gonsalves. I might be.
It's a Gonsalves.
Yeah.
What kind of
Sparsh will
cinephile
fact
is that?
check and let me know.
My
in a
name
second.
is Akriti Gonsalves.
But she was rudely cut off because the music started playing when Gunit came to
But,
the mic.
to be honest, aren't they given 30 seconds or something?
They are. It was also the Oscar for the the live action short film, so it's
Yeah.
not the biggest of category.
Yeah.
So they kind of
Wow.
sorry, what?
Wow.
Sparsh, sorry, not Sparsh. What's his name? Rishi is saying something. Kartikeya Gonsalves.
Oh, we just changed her name. It's not Akriti, it's Kartiki. I mean, she won an Oscar for God's sake. The least we can do.
Somewhere in India, in Akriti listening to
Yeah,
this
wow,
episode would be
wow.
like, "What? I won an Oscar."
Every single Gonsalves household is throwing us out, as far as we're concerned. That's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
By the way, the best director Oscar went to this duo called
Daniel.
the Daniels.
Yeah.
yeah,
I also picked that up. I couldn't remember their surnames. But mine is an age thing. You should remember this.
yeah.
But I think the spelling was different also. Daniel with an E and Daniel with an A, maybe.
No, it's like
Daniels.
both of them are the same spelling, Daniel. No, I thought.
Is it?
Yeah. But I mean, at least in the movie when they do the fake credits,
Stop showing a
it
middle
ends
finger,
with
Akash.
directed by the Daniels.
But anyway, let's get back to the India thing, no?
Yeah.
Because we are all interested in the India thing here. RRR and
Can we talk about MM Cream's Oscar speech? which was a
Yeah.
Carpenter song,
Okay.
which didn't rhyme at all.
Can you give us excerpts from it?
No, I mean it's
Because you do a
very-
good impression.
I mean
and be
he
careful.
rhymed Rajamouli with family. I mean I don't know how that happens. So clearly
It's a
the
fair line.
lyricist standing right next to him should have written a few lines for
yeah,
him maybe
yeah,
before
yeah,
they went up on
yeah.
stage.
Or you
But,
could just simply just not say anything. Just say thank you very much. And
which
say,
he's been doing in
yeah,
other
yeah,
Oscars,
yeah.
in other award ceremonies.
You
but
think
I
we're being mean? Is there a moment of
no,
glory?
it's
or
not
whatever,
being
and we're-
mean. It's
we're
just
still
came out of
finding some
nowhere.
fault. Yeah.
It was kind of sweet, actually.
Do you
this,
think
the
part
way
of
they
this is? Do you think part of this is like it's like one of those things where you get India to win a few things so that Indian people watch the Oscars types. You
That's
know
what
I
we.
mean? It's
If you
like-
come on time, you know that's what we were discussing. You don't come on time. Now we have to go back and do the whole thing again because you didn't come on time. Unbelievable. Exactly that point. Yeah.
fair.
I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Fair.
but what
My
Akash
bad.
is saying, and see, both of us think like that. It shows the cynicism in us that we don't want to accept success even when it's there. But I
No, I
just
still think
find
Oscars
even-
are a big scam, man. Like
course it's a big
we've
scam.
seen
Of course,
so
yeah.
many, if you read the news and all like around, you have to woo those people and you have to spend
But
all this money
also-
on marketing it to the Oscar people and all. And
also,
they're
the
all
whole idea that
reactionary.
the best movie should always be something about pathos and one-legged person who triumphs over climbing a mountain and all that. You know what I mean? The human spirit, the excellence, this and that. Sometimes I think it's just too much cliche and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Like,
the film that won this year is
how
kind of
was
breaking
Dumb
that
and Dumber
cliche.
not an Oscar winner?
Everything Everywhere All at Once apparently is the first science fiction film to win.
Well,
a
best
Picture.
original song broke all cliches. Because
That
was,
it did,
for
yeah.
me, it was like
actually.
a Hindi song in Telugu from the 80s, which I don't know why no one else thinks.
But
Just go back to the 80s and watch the dancing and all. I mean, it's in that space. I mean, they're really good, no doubt. They're slick and all that. But best original song.
I mean, the America just went crazy over RRR. So
Yeah.
anything they did
Yeah.
was gold. Yesterday, also during the performance, they all gave it a standing ovation.
Because they thought, from a cost-cutting point of view, we've taken one letter and made it into a superstar. Okay, one
Rihanna
letter.
and Lady Gaga, I think, did not get a standing ovation.
Nothing,
but RRR
nothing.
got.
Yeah,
And
man,
Gaga's
but वो
close
तो
to
घर की मुर्गी है
RRR.
ना, dude. It's
Yeah.
like, man, Hannah wants to do yoga. Hannah doesn't want to do fucking like whatever workout in the gym. Usko yoga
Yeah.
करने का. It's like a
But of
fetish,
course,
dude.
Anna can't do yoga. Just be careful when it comes to Anna. She's been out of it for some time.
No, but even otherwise, Deepika Padukone was on.
But
the,
they
on
got
the
her
red
name wrong.
carpet.
Is it true that her
she?
stuff has gone viral and they've got her name wrong? They're calling her some model name.
Okay, I missed that.
The
Maybe
the
chat can
5
tell
o'clock
us.
morning club was telling me this, so maybe
Okay.
they got it wrong as well. But apparently, her Priyanka, they call her Priyanka. They've been calling her Priyanka online.
Man, you can't blame them, man.
Why?
I mean,
do
the-
we all look alike? Is
the
every
one-
Deepika Priyanka? Beta, this is not
A
right.
lot
but
of
you
us
know-
do look alike.
This is racism.
You know, for years, Morgan Freeman and Lawrence Fishburne.
Stop
would, Samuel L. Jackson and Lawrence Fishburne
Oh.
would get mixed with each other.
And the reason being?
Well,
Okay,
what do you
watch your
think?
mouth. Yeah. So
अरे तुम
Deepika
लोग
for
बात कर
Priyanka.
रहे हो यार किसी सरदार को पूछो जसप्रीत सिंह गुरप्रीत सिंह परविंदर सिंह मनप्रीत सिंह ये 4 कॉमेडियन में तुम लोग को पता है फर्क क्या है
One
Wow.
of them is more old than the others.
No, I'm thinking, forget it. If it's not working in India, how will it work in America? They'd really be stunned.
That's what, yeah. It's not gonna
Deepika
happen.
was
I mean, we're
Priyanka.
talking about a people who started attacking Sikhs after 9/11, so not really the most. Even
No,
in their racism, they're not the most.
But do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think? Actually, if you're from there, that if you see a Deepika was a very pretty girl and
Yeah.
Priyanka was a very pretty girl,
Yeah.
but for us, definitely they look different. But it's
I know.
possible that it's just because of our
Yeah,
skin
because-
color and type or something.
I
in the
mean, that
clothes.
happens with me and white people. Many a times I can't tell two white people apart.
Really, you're that racist? After all the
Yeah,
hard
but
work
it's
white
very
people have done in
difficult.
terms of media work.
It's very difficult, dude, especially once they get older, because their skin
Yeah,
to just go
yeah.
like it quits, dude.
What
It
are you
quits
doing with
on them.
older
Their
white
faces
women all the
quit on
time,
them.
Akash? What is this special you've been up to? What's going on here? Huh. God, you
I
guys
am
are unbelievable.
special.
Akash
I
and
just
Abbas,
found out 3 days ago.
you're I can't tell you if you replay the last 5 minutes, there's nothing that we can ever put on air. Spurge is hiding now behind one thing. Rishi shut his face completely. My God. Okay.
Can I-
Why
can I
are
point-
you so critical? It's so good.
I'm
I think
scared.
this is a great episode.
I was just talking about Deepika and Priyanka. You went into race after race, Sardars, and then you went into some old people, then women from the Caucasian women from the West. And Abbas is digging his nose. Yeah, tell me.
Errol Krasta is saying my Korean friend says we Indians look the same.
Okay, let's end it here. Let's end it here. And
I
they're right.
completely agree. I think this makes complete sense. तुम
So
लोग
then there's no racism
सोचो
because for everybody else, the race looks the same. The alag race looks the same.
It's
Yeah.
not racism, it's unfamiliarity, yaar. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I remember when my Nana had passed away, I was coming back from Baroda to Mumbai and I was so upset and all.
And
you
all
know,
Gujaratis
in
look
the
the same.
flight, there was some Chinese delegation going. So around me, left, right, front, back, everywhere. Chinese guys wearing the same shirt and same pant. Okay, because it was their office ka thing.
Wow, that's their
And
way of
dude,
imperialism. Yeah.
can you imagine? I was literally having a bad trip saying ki this is the same guy. Like they were so similar to each other because they all had that corporate haircut, they all had the shirt, all had the tie. I was like, fuck, it's like a real trip. You can't tell them apart, dude. It's not racist. It's just ki I don't know you well
Fair
enough
enough.
to
So
know
let's
that.
embrace our inner racist as far as other races are concerned and say that we all think the same way. They think like that about us. So Priyanka, Deepika will give it a pass. Not a bad
Yeah,
thing.
give them a few years to
Yeah.
differentiate the two.
Yeah, well, by then they start looking like the old women that he's talking about. then they should be able to tell.
Do you know? I mean, this
Kiran, all VIPs look the same for their
their
chamchas.
chamchas.
That's true. That's true. What a beautiful.
This
Kiran, if you were a woman, I'd marry you right now. I mean, I'd ask you for your hand in marriage and wait for the answer.
But even if you
when-
said no, Cyrus would jump at the opportunity.
I'll ask again.
Yeah.
Akash, she's worth it.
when Deepa
Kiran can be
Mehta's,
female, by the way, Akash. So I'm okay. I don't have to change the name. Also.
Deepa
Sorry.
Mehta's Water was nominated that year.
Oh, that sounded sexual.
John Abraham.
Yeah, yeah,
The way
John
it sounds
Abraham
so
went
off.
on the
कैसा-
red
तू
carpet.
कैसा तमीज से बात कर रहे हो यार?
Deepa
Put it
Mehta's
okay,
feature film Water
You
was
should have
nominated.
just
Much
said
better,
कि
much
घट में you could have said उसके घट में पानी था and all you would have started with that film.
I'll never
So,
forget that.
John
line.
Abraham was mistaken for Antonio Banderas on the red carpet.
Possible.
That's damn funny,
Possible.
dude. But John is not nearly as handsome as Antonio Banderas.
That's
is he?
true. But they were like brown skin, stubble.
And
Must
both
be
can play
same
the
guy.
guitar, which is important.
Oh, John
Yeah,
can?
Yeah.
Ah,
Of course.
nice.
What do you think? He could
Man,
just,
that guy
just
has-
rely on his acting
No,
skills.
that's what I'm saying. That guy has everything it takes to, score with the chicks.
Which
like
one?
if John Abraham,
So Banderas also.
as if six packs and like
Yeah.
good looks weren't enough, now he knows
Oh,
how to
and
play
he's
the
an
guitar
MBA.
also.
He's an MBA. He's actually, except for his bit of a totla speaking style, he's very intelligent, which people don't know because they think he's a bimbet. He's absolutely not. He's
No,
really
he
intelligent.
sounds
He can
smart.
talk about anything. He loves sports. He
Yeah.
loves animals. He loves the IT. He loves everything. He's a very interesting guy. I think I forget Kiran. I'll go for John. Change my
But-
mind.
but-
Yeah.
Does he have a gun in his guitar like Antonio Banderas?
Oh, nice.
Well, if
good
the
question.
budgets are there, we can do it. Anything can be done, Akash. Don't worry. Don't worry about Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy is half Parsi. There you go.
Oh
Hey,
wow,
dude,
wow,
Hey,
wow.
there is.
Little bit,
I-
yeah.
There is. There is.
And this
Members,
is-
do you
this is
see
the
what you are
older-
funding?
He's
We are
not-
now
he's
able to
not
afford
un-
graphics.
It's not that Banderas is better looking, huh, Akash? It's a cut to cut for me. They're almost like. what
It's
do you call
quite
it?
close, yeah.
As heterosexual men, let's discuss this properly.
Audio listeners, right now, Sparsh is not Sparsh. Rishi
Hmm.
is displaying two pictures of John Abraham and Antonio Banderas side by side.
Or is it two pictures of John
Or
Abraham?
John Abraham, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
And in the picture, John Abraham is showing something he has drawn.
Abbas, you have come to a very good conclusion, and this stops racism in its head right now, as far as I'm concerned. That all half Parsis and half Malayalis look alike, which is John Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. The end of racism. Point
Dude, but
proven.
all the
QED.
Indians get confused for Mexicans all the time. Like
All the time.
Whenever I've been abroad,
They talk
like
to us
a
in
lot of
Spanish
people
all
will
the
say-
time, no? Yeah, we just
Yeah.
wear a cross and walk around, and that's it. They'll keep asking you for churches and all. It's hilarious.
My
Which,
brother
of course, won't
speaks
happen here
Spanish,
because here
so-
you can't talk about churches. It's not a good thing. Sparsh
Coming
is
to
nodding.
non-controversiality, my brother has learned
No!
Spanish.
तूने
Yeah,
सारे
no.
रेस को गाली
Why,
दिया.
why don't you say all this shit on the Club Cyrus members only stuff? We can go
yesterday-
unhinged there.
You have no idea. You're not a member because you're cheapo. But we went unhinged. Not me so much.
Oh, I haven't seen
Yesterday,
yesterday's episode.
Shad and even worse than Shad was our Shriram.
Oh, of course.
And Shriram is anyway unhinged.
yeah,
so you can
exactly.
imagine.
Yeah.
We are it's like releasing the Rottweiler to attack the chore, and oh god, there was nothing you could print
Yeah.
on a printed page. Ever
But it's
again.
like buying a ticket to Plato's cave, you know? You never know what's going to be in.
Plato's cave.
So Plato is a philosopher.
I
It's
know,
also a
but
cartoon
I know
character.
he
So I don't
lived
know
in
which one
a-
he's going for.
That was Pluto.
Zyada smart ho gaya.
Also
Yeah.
used to
Plato's-
be a planet.
But in Bengali,
Plot. I don't know. Plotomushai. I don't know.
okay, guys.
Can I just point out, Akash, तेरे पीछे जो cupboard थोड़ा सा खुला हुआ है ना, मेरे को थोड़ा OCD हो रहा
अरे
है
come
उससे.
out of the closet, yaar, Akash. Come on.
अभी
now,
अभी
enough
वो
is
बंद
enough.
भी नहीं होएगा.
Take Naveen out of the closet and put him back after 2 minutes.
Is that where Navin is hiding for his tour?
yeah. The good
At the
choice.
moment, the
Good
room is a
child.
mess
Good
because
child.
nobody is
Huh.
at home. Wife is also not at home. I am alone. I have to, yeah.
Why is the wife not at home?
Let's not get into it, guys.
She's
Oh
left.
my god, it's only been a few months.
Only a few months?
Akash.
My God. Oh, फिर नहीं आएगी.
Arey, she's gone to meet her parents. ऐसे ही.
Oh,
ऐसे? Hmm.
Arey,
So
we were
then if
not.
you-
I was not there
Yeah,
at home. Nobody
that's
was
what
at
she
home.
said. Okay, stop it. Now, any more talk about the Oscar before our chief guest takes us
No, I think it
further?
was a good ceremony. Jimmy Kimmel was funny. His opening
Was there any
monologue
Will
was-
Smith references?
Yeah.
Tongue in
Uh,
cheek?
Tongue in cheek. He didn't name Will Smith.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But he was like, this year, if you feel offended on any jokes, there's a line of
Yeah.
people you have to get through before you get
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
And then he made jokes about who you have to
But poor Will
fight.
Smith, not poor Will Smith. Will Smith's going to cop it for years. I can't imagine, even in small functions, we've done it,
Yeah.
award functions, etc.
You slap
The
people.
Oscars. No, I'm saying the reference will keep coming. No, you can't resist it. Like who's
Yeah.
going to slap me? Some sort of vague reference. Everybody must have done it, yeah, by now.
That
Yeah.
started that same night at an open mic. Some comic was like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
someone's gonna
Yeah.
go slap me, guys!"
You're doing an Indian
like you're
impression.
performing. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to open.
Why do you need to do an
I'm doing
Indian
an open
impression?
comedian
Just
and
do
a-
yourself. No,
comedian hosting
ये क्या
open
है
mic.
यार? He's a racist about us now. You know, it's like,
पांच लोग बैठा है.
the Indian
Hey
comic,
guys, if you feel
एक-
offended, don't slap me.
एक Indian comic बैठ के ऐसा बात करता है. I guess the way you're talking, his body is completely open like a vulgar bastard. His legs spread.
Yeah,
his
that's
nipples
comedians at
exposed.
open mics.
Oh my god.
Oh, मैं अपनी बंदी को लेके जा रहा था.
Oh.
Oh, ऐसा
Very
बीच में है.
Gurgaon feel Sparsh, no? What do you think? Very Gurgaon feel. He's come on a cycle to do the show. It's
Delhi,
like that.
Gurgaon
का
effect
कोई भी
has
comic का
taken
बीवी
over.
नहीं है, dude. They all
Huh?
talk about school, college. They don't talk about wives. They talk about like मेरी crush थी या फिर मेरी बंदी. ओ मैं कम मेरी बंदी को मैं नहीं आ रहा.
मैं घर पे बैठ के जो है मैं तो माल फूक लेते.
हाँ.
ये होता है.
ओ भूतनी के. That's their essential tone.
By the way,
of
I'm
conversation.
getting accolades नहीं क्या? Applause for my Abhishek Upmanyu impression.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
That was it?
No.
Can you do it again?
Upanyu's funny. So I can't believe I'm doing. I mean,
Oh.
I'll try to
Yeah.
do. I don't want to do his joke.
You don't have to do a joke, just do his impression.
Okay.
You can just have him talking normally.
मैं देख रहा हूँ लोग कह रहे हैं मुझे लिस्ट पे.
हाँ.
मुझे मैं बचपन से कर रहा हूँ यार मुझे पता है मुझे लिस्ट पे. अब देखो तो कमेंट में सब लोग कह रहे हैं लिस्ट पे मैंने गूगल पे क्या आंसर है. That's it. Thank you very much.
Nice.
I'll take your lead.
Wow.
Yes.
This is what your membership buys. Members,
send
sound
it to
effects and
Upmanyu.
John Abraham photos.
आकाश तेरे को नहीं
You know,
पसंद है?
At a point like this, we realized we could use a break, no? And we don't have it anymore. It's
We
so
do.
sad.
Today is the break
we do.
show.
We do. Oh, we do. Okay.
But let's do one story.
Acha.
No, of course, let's. No, but Oscars, we didn't mention the Whisperer, RRR, original song.
Whisperer?
The Elephant
Elephant Whisperer, yeah.
Anything else? There was one
All
more.
That Breeds.
All That breeds.
Which
Was there a
didn't
fourth
win.
thing?
Yeah, all that breeds. I felt
was
should have
Deepika.
won, yaar. It was
There was
much better.
Deepika. There was the
Deepika.
leads of RRR which were on the red carpet.
The leads, yeah.
NTR and
Junior NTR.
Junior NTR.
Don't
and,
make that mistake.
And I'm
You'll
forgetting.
never be able
the,
to go to Andhra again. Just be very careful. Bro, this guy doesn't know the rules of India.
yeah, but they were on the red carpet. They've been doing a lot of podcasts over there.
But I must say, they're very
about-
polished. I like those two.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, they
They're
are.
good brand ambassadors for the country.
Yeah.
They go out, they talk nicely, they're
I mean,
charming.
but come to
charismatic.
think about
Yeah.
it, they also come from film families. But
They do.
nobody will say nepo kids for them.
You dare. That part of the world, yeah, you'll be shocked. Yeah. You're the Nepo kids. Now the poor Nepo kids, now they're
Yeah.
really from the age 5 in the potato race. They were Nepo kid. Ah, Bachchan family ka hai. Immediately, it's so sad. Yeah.
नहीं
Yeah.
अभी सब है ना
I think
वो
you know-
लोग वो लोग प्लम्बर बनेगा वो लोग ऐसा
Yeah.
ऐसा नौकरी ढूंढेगा जहाँ पे कोई
Correct.
बोल नहीं सकता तेरा
Correct.
बाप ये
And
था
for
इसलिए
them,
तू ये
it's a
बन।
revenge on society. Yeah. It's a revenge on society. So it's a fabulous step. Yeah. I'm a mechanic. Yeah. Father, Golden Globe winner.
But
But
like I
talking
feel like if
about,
you're the son of like or a daughter of a very rich like an actor especially, I think the last thing you should want to be as an actor. Like matlab you have all this money resource. You know, you could just invest
No.
it in anything else and become anything
Why are
else.
people
There are no-
complex? It's the same thing as why do you have to be a famous cricketer's son or whatever. If the guy's achieved a lot before, why is there complex if the kid wants to follow? I don't understand. Let them do.
But
Who
cricket के
cares?
बच्चे तो कम ही खेलते हैं यार. How many
भी
kids
है.
end up?
No, they play. They try. Huh? You got to study the stories of people. Their first 15 years or 16 years.
Abbas, please
of-
stop talking about Rohan Gavaskar. What?
yeah.
But Rohan played for India in the end. He played 3 or 4 one-day games.
He
One of
played
those
3 or
guys
4
who
one
didn't
day.
even make it into Ranji teams or anything, but they still tried. But I think it's
Yeah.
very important. Abbas, when you have a kid, make sure he also becomes a linguist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cunning linguist.
Oh.
अरे
Saurabh Padvi
Abbas,
says we are
stop
endo-
talking about Tendulkar's son, please. It's not polite.
No, I mean I was gonna say
He can
that,
still play. He's only 22, 23. It's not
uh,
impossible.
that my sister worked as a physiotherapist, a sports therapist for a while at
Yeah.
for some with some sports team
With-
for
which
some
team?
league. I don't remember. For which Arjun Tendulkar used to come to play. He
Mumbai
had an
Indians.
entire entourage that comes with
Mumbai
him.
Indians.
एक
अरे
पैड
मुंबई
लगाता है.
T20 she used to play.
हाँ, the Mumbai
एक
T20
ड्रिंक्स
league.
एक ड्रिंक्स
Used to
का
work
लेके आता है सिर्फ उसके लिए. So it's not like he's not getting opportunities.
If your pop could afford to give you a
Of
BMW
course,
7
I am
Series,
not-
would you say, no,
Look-
Dad, I'm an Naxalite, I'm a Marxist, I don't believe in all this? What would be your answer?
as someone
Arre-
whose father is a doctor and who wanted his son to become
A success?
yes, and who chose voluntarily not to be successful and dropped out. I totally get what you're saying. Samir is saying, did you have pressure to become a lawyer?
I am a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. I just don't practice. I'm waiting to see how it goes this next generation. We'll see what happens. Hope Mikhail does not follow, so he cannot bear another hello friend. Kiran, I hope every VIP in the entire Orissa area, the entire state is outside your house for the next 16 to 20 days.
Yeah, you were marrying him 5 minutes ago. No.
I changed my mind once you mentioned some options that we may have on the side. Yeah.
Akash, you were saying something before we cut you
What
off
was I saying?
unceremoniously.
I तो lost my chain of thought. I was going to say कि at least it's better than that Birla ka beta who never even got to play and only sat
he
in the
played.
bloody
Rajasthan
dugout.
Royals, he played. But in the end, I think it was a bit of a struggle. And after one season or 2 seasons of being mostly backbencher, he quit the team.
I think
Yeah.
also sport is something where you have to really prove your skills.
Team
like,
sport. Team sport is very
Team
dangerous
sport,
because
yeah,
other
yeah.
people are pointing fingers
oh
at
yeah,
you. It's always
wrestling is also full of nepotism.
Also,
the Rock comes
But
from a
that's
line
not,
of
it's not wrestling, it's dancing, it's a choreographed act.
whatever
so,
it is, but
yeah.
it's also
His father
wrestling
was a wrestler,
families.
yeah,
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 grandfather.
yeah.
also.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there was
But
Stone,
if you
Kibble,
think
Rock.
of it,
That's funny. Are you serious? Go
Yeah,
back
it
to
was
medical school.
funny.
Go back to medical school, man. This guy's ridiculous.
there is.
Spurs to mar gaya.
हाँ,
Sorry,
Spurs
go
to mar
speak.
गया.
Huh.
Uh,
Akash, we're
uh,
listening, bro. Talk.
I keep losing my chain of thought by the time the sentence.
But that's
comes
also a
back to
nice
me.
thing to say. Just say that and we'll move on. Huh.
Boom.
Boom. Chalo.
Okay, let's
Aage?
do one story. So a man was ordered to pay
Oh, this is sorry.
1.75 crores.
Lalu's son was once in Delhi Daredevil squad. Just to mention, he was in that huge squad, not the final prune down squad.
Tejasvi Yadav.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I
was
know
in the
which one.
25,
The
but
25
he
or
was also in the
35, yeah,
Ranji,
so it-
Bihar ka Ranji team
yeah.
and all for no reason.
Yeah. No reason. I don't know. We don't know how he played in some district tournament. We are just assuming कि because Lalu का बेटा है तो उसके पास talent नहीं है.
I
Which is
have done some research on this with some Crick Info ka statistics guy, and I'm telling you,
That his performance in gully cricket was not up to scratch.
oh bhai,
गली क्रिकेट में उसके 25 रन भी नहीं बनाया. Forget 50.
गली क्रिकेट नहीं खेला ना, सीधा वो स्टेट लेवल खेलने लगा.
मतलब वो
That is
घर
the
से स्टेट
problem.
लेवल पहुंच गया. घर से दरवाजा खोल के immediately he's in.
ऐसे
More or
situation
less,
में तो यार
more or
bowler की
less.
भी फटती होगी ना उसको आउट करने में कि यार
What is-
लालू जी का बेटा है कैसे आउट करूं.
He left Patna and the car dropped him at Firozshah Kotla. He put on his pads and went into bat. That's what Akash is saying. I
Who
mean,
is
that's
Yogendra
really, I
Yadav?
mean, talk about Ladla.
You
That's
know
great.
Yogendra Yadav, Jayant Yadav is Yogendra Yadav's nephew.
No, he is. Jayant Yadav
But
is.
Yogendra Yadav doesn't look like the kind of guy who has many contacts.
No, but Jayant Yadav has played for India. He's got a century, although he's a
Okay.
bowler.
Sure.
So he's a real deal. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a top level cricketer. He may not be our top 3 spinners, but he is there or thereabouts.
But yeah,
Akash,
acting mein na, there is room to pretend. Like in cricket,
Exactly.
if your average is not good, your average is not good. There's
No, but the
nothing you can
success in
really do.
acting, is very intangible, no? Usme,
Yeah.
whatever you can say about objectively he's good or bad, end of the day
Yeah.
they reject.
Yeah.
Then what happens to the
I
kid?
mean, you only need to
Nepo.
speak to Harman Baweja for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a few films, no? Not just
Yeah.
one. It was 5, 6.
Yes.
So I think there must be a law, like 5 or 6
Harman
launch.
Baweja, Jackie
India-
Bhagnani.
Even Sohail Khan. So you have about 8 or 9 launches if you're from a big family.
Sohail and Arbaz actually did see some
No,
success.
look, Arbaz is different because Arbaz is a character actor. He became more of a character actor later on.
Okay.
No, Arbaz is still working. He's an active working
I won't
actor.
call him a character actor.
What do you
but
want to call him? He's an actor.
A
So he's
supporting
not-
actor.
he's
okay.
not-
He knew he can't pull a film off on his own, so he started doing supporting roles.
which is getting a lot of work in.
No, it's true. हंस क्या रहे हो यार? See, that requires. Oh, ex-Hampton say sounds like Sparsha's story, straight from Bihar to IBM Big Shot.
तो बिहार क्या
IBM Big Shot.
उसका बिहार कहानी क्या है कि 2 हफ्ते के लिए वो पटना में था और उसमें they mistook him and he got kidnapped or something. So we don't know if this is the real
What?
Sparsh also.
Oh, अच्छा.
The maid, I do
kidnapped
not don't use the word maid. What is the right word? The help. That lady picked up this beautiful Sparsh. Zulf, they can use the what is a beautiful thing. Picked up this hair, took the hair in the arm, took the body somewhere, and then he disappeared. He's legally kidnapped.
Oh.
And then they got him back, but we don't know if it's him because we have not spoken to his mom and dad. They said, "Chalo, theek hai, jo aa gaya abhi. We have to look after this kid." And this is so-called Sparsh. The real Sparsh may be Tejasvi Yadav. That might be the real Sparsh, who today could be captain of India any moment now.
वो ऐसा वो ऐसा अपना ये उठाएगा बाएं और नीचे टैटू रहेगा छोटा सा दोनों के.
और मेरा बाप चोट नहीं है.
For a second, I thought Akash is going to show us his armpit hair.
Yeah, I thought he's doing a lot of bicep workouts of late. Yeah, but have you lost weight or is just the haircut?
I have lost weight. I have been losing weight steadily with workouts. As
Very
I
good.
followed Cyrus's advice, I cut out the fucking unnecessary cardio. Started doing weight exercise every day,
Ah,
and
very
it
good,
is very
very good.
smart. Very smart.
I
Wait,
thought he was
are
going to
you-
say cut out the carbs, which is more IVM not paying me. That's why I told Maya we can have pani puri, but not the puri. It's just we have to see what
Just
we
the
can
pani. Are you saying that haircuts make people look thin? Then why am
They
I
do.
not looking thin?
have. Yours is a
You
singular.
cut a little too much.
नहीं आकाश
little too
उसका
much.
नहीं उसका मतलब है singular ना because it's one hair cut literally it's different meaning.
There,
That's the term, no, it's not
it lives
hair
somewhere
scut.
in this genre.
In the Dallies it is. What's wrong with you, man?
Samir पूछ रहा है is
But
Sparsh
Kapil
still a
Dev-
manglik? I don't think it's a status thing, bro. It's like continuous only.
Kapil Dev's famous line, very famous line is
हाँ.
when asked how does the team play? Player plays well. Singular problem is never a challenger. Yeah, just go for it.
But can't they undo being a manglik? That's why they
I don't know.
marry you off to a tree,
That's
no?
why he does the. You don't undo it, but you can kill the spell or something, right? So that's why you
You
every
have
day.
to marry.
A tree.
And this is what
I've
happened with my
heard.
wife because there is some manglik element there. You have to
Oh,
marry
shit.
something else first.
Who
So
did she marry?
Basically, you'll have to marry a tree so that your manglik curse basically
into the
to
tree.
Yeah.
The tree
Wow.
is like a buffer.
And then the tree
And there's
dies.
nothing
Or a
like
dog.
that, yaar.
Where
My-
are the environmentalists now?
But if my wife married a tree, she may have preferred going back to the tree.
I mean,
My-
the bark.
my
Yeah,
wife was
exactly.
married to
Not just
Shivji
that, just
before
the
I got-
personality and all
before
being
my
better.
marriage.
Yeah.
My,
What, Akash?
My wife was married to Shivji, like through the Lord Shiva. There is
Oh,
a
wow.
ceremony where, yeah. So I mean, it's kind
Were
of
you
weird.
invited?
You know what I mean?
मेरी माँ ये बोलती है कि तुम्हारा बाप बहुत बड़ा मांगलिक है वो ठीक रहेगा तुम्हारी वाली भी रह जाएगी मैं कहा ठीक है
Wow. So your mother is dismissed.
my mom
your-
literally says this
I don't think. I don't
my
think.
mom is literally like कि हम जिंदा रह गए तुम्हारी वाली भी रह जाएगी
I don't think your mom is
Dude, right
interested in
till
the
the end
VHP
of that
as a political
sentence,
party.
right till the end of that sentence, I was like, क्या बोलने वाला है? Because like it was like मेरी माँ बोलती है, "मेरा बहुत बड़ा
Will the
माँ."
parents stay together after the statement comes out of Sparsh's mouth? They will.
And Sparsh's parents actually watched this show.
yeah.
So,
They're the only parents.
नमस्ते अंकल आंटी.
Yeah.
Shweta saying, "Whoa, she gave up on Shiva for you."
Hmm.
But if I may ask, if there is an option to marry a god, why do you marry yourself? I mean, why would you marry a tree?
अरे वो अलग अलग
'Cause
रहता है उसमें.
who wants the
variations
झंझट
रहते हैं
of
ना,
God and all,
variations
no?
of
the
मांगलिक.
tree doesn't talk. Nothing
That's
is. It's
true.
over. Come
Yeah.
on, brother. Do the maths on that, yeah. Makes a lot of
And
sense.
like, yeah, the tree is the kind of partner you need.
But I wish they gave another option of marrying other girls because then you can keep trying. But yeah, इससे नहीं हुआ. इससे नहीं हो पाएगा. No, keep trying. Keep trying.
Hell,
Keep trying.
as a Muslim, I'd like to say,
Is it a good
Forward
way
thinker,
to
you.
It's a fun way to deforest a place without having to cut a tree. You know, you just marry a whole bunch of the.
okay, we're getting into
trees.
risky territory. I think we should take
I
a
think
break.
this can be the next documentary feature that will win an Oscar. If
Ah.
Guneet is watching.
All that marries.
Yeah, no, the Tree Whisperers. I think that makes sense because that's literally what you do.
I mean, that's
मुझसे शादी करोगे? है कोई जवाब?
Can I ask a controversial question?
Yeah.
Do you have to consummate the marriage?
Oh wow. Okay, I'm going to go to the Mangliks here. The two
चलो यार
Mangliks
ब्रेक
have
लेते
to-
हैं फटाफट.
नहीं. Let the two Mangliks. How
मैं
would
पूछ
you?
के
How
आता हूँ
would you?
मेरी सास
And
को.
don't even ask about the second option. Just stick with the tree.
Yeah,
Huh? For
yeah,
God's
with
sake.
the tree. I want to talk about the tree.
Okay,
Anyway,
we're taking a break
yes,
apparently.
take a break.
Wise man once said.
Okay,
सही होना
our
ही चाहिए
podcast has
ऐसे.
gone premium. It's called Club Cyrus Says. You can be a member. Join now. Don't waste any more time. In fact, don't listen to me. Just go and join. You'll get exclusive tidbits, features, insights, all kinds of stuff that nobody else will get. It'll be just for you. Join now. Become a member of Club Cyrus Says. Ji haan.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. Listeners, presenting to you Club Cyrus Says, the premium tier offerings of our podcast. Club members will get exclusive Cock and Bull episodes every Monday, extended and unfiltered versions of the guest episodes, access to the Club Cyrus Says Discord server, and audio offerings such as ad-free episodes and early access to guest episodes. Also, members get to decide the topics of the live episodes and get their name on the producer's slate at the end credits. On Cock and Bull, it's a cricket special episode featuring Akash and Sriram. They answer some AMAs from their listeners. On the Vox podcast, Monica talks to Tina Sidana, Business Development Head of Alexa Voice Services at Amazon. They discuss the key aspects of voice and audio marketing, content marketing, and advertising. On All Things Policy, Leah and Harshit discuss the importance and requirement of sex education in schools. And on Vartalab, Akash and Naveen have a fun chat with me, Abbas Momin, stand-up comedian and podcaster. They spoke about how Abbas, that's me, went from studying dentistry to writing and performing comedy and podcasts and his love for movies. Once again, don't forget to visit our merch store on ivmpodcast.com. We have some exciting stuff for you over there. Follow us on social media via IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you like our shows, spread the word, tell your friends, and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. You'll also find all our shows on youtube.com/IVM Podcast. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week: Yono SBI, Cash Free Payments, and HDFC Mutual Fund. Thank you for making this possible.
Oh,
That was a long break.
I was just reading how everybody's saying hi to Shweta. It's like it's her show now.
Shweta and
Hi,
Himisha are our
Shweta.
official
Yeah,
spokespeople.
they are. They're the treasurer and finance
Yeah.
in charge.
Shweta is what we like
Where?
to call him.
Who's the
Gujarati,
finance?
Gammati.
I'm going with Shweta.
We'll send you the invoice, Shweta.
Hemisha, I've lost one of the glasses, but from 6 I'm down to 5. I told her to shoot somewhere in the middle of nowhere and I left it behind. And now that's gone. So I'm only, no one's interested. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, I've been trying to do this story since last week. Last segment.
Yeah.
What was Hamisha's comment? Abbas
Abbas,
कितना promotion करेगा किधर किधर
Yeah.
हर जगह. A man was ordered to pay 1.75 crore rupees to ex-wife for unpaid domestic work in Spain. So essentially, when they separated, the wife demanded that for all the work she did on his behalf,
oh,
she should be compensated for
but
that.
how do you get a bill like 1.75C exactly? You have to sit and give me specifics now. If I have to
I
pay
mean,
this
so
bill.
that's in Indian.
No. But I'm saying, how do you divide give me the breakup, Isab. What's the Isab of that?
the hisab was done by their lawyer.
No, but that's a big sum, right? Over how long?
How long the marriage was?
No, this 1.75 is over what time period? I'm paying you 1.75 crores for what time
Yes.
period?
I'll just find out.
But that's important. What kind of person are you? I mean, you set up a story, you don't give me the most important
Okay,
thing.
so the couple got divorced in 2020. Court
Yeah.
has also ordered the man to pay a monthly maintenance of $527 to the wife and $422 and $633 to the couple's two
Wait,
daughters.
will that allow them to become podcasters and join our show?
Sure, why not? But you have to learn Spanish.
119 rupees. Oh, it's Spanish, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
in
damn
Spain.
it. Oh.
How much does this guy make, dude? How much does he make every month that he can afford all of these costs?
I mean, it doesn't say if he can afford it or not, but he's been asked to pay for it by the
Yeah,
courts.
it's it's very interesting to me. Like in
No,
these
but
US courts,
you're not
especially.
understanding. You're a lawyer, Akash. The whole thing is maths. What is the maths in the whole thing? If a husband and wife are getting divorced, what is the lifestyle that she's used to? If he's the higher earning partner, it's very important and very touchy subject with me. I'm always checking. The situation kya hai? Paristhiti kya
Yeah.
hai, beta?
Hmm.
You
But
must
yeah,
know this.
1.75 crore, na, it sounds like a lot
Huge.
because like it's the conversion rate and all of that is also factoring in. Also, US
Right.
mein house
Even
help
then,
is very
yaar.
expensive. If you were to go by the rate of a professional house cleaning service in US, तो इतना ही बनेगा मेरे हिसाब से.
Okay, I'm not going to read out this question, but I'll let Abbas handle it. Ramanathan is asking.
What's the average cost for one time? What is? Okay,
Bhandi घिसना.
Bhandi Gizna.
I think Bhandi is isn't that a caste slur?
Bhandi is, my God, it is not a caste slur, you dumb.
Don't say
तेरा
the
बाल
M
के साथ
word.
अक्कल कहाँ से
Akash,
जा रहा
don't
है
say
भाई?
the M word. I don't want any communalism on this
Okay,
show.
what is
Or
Bhandi
casteism.
Gizna?
I was saying, I was
Rishi is
gonna call
losing
him
his
liberal
shit
and
for
all,
some
but
reason. I don't know why.
अरे बाबा भांडी घिसना is watching dishes. Bhandi is dishes. Bhandi is utensils is
Okay.
called
What kind of
bhandi.
Urdu poet you turned out to be?
It's not an Urdu word first.
Now blame Urdu for this.
It's a Marathi word.
By the way, someone pointed out that Javed Akhtar comes from a line of 6 generations of
I
poets.
don't
just
think
know
it's-
one.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think it may not be 6, but definitely there is a line
Yeah.
of maybe
But it's
artists,
like, how
writers.
good are they? How
Yeah,
good
that's
are they
another
also
point.
I
matters.
mean, his
na,
father
because
was really
otherwise-
good.
Yeah.
So I
His
don't
father
know
was
that,
very
but-
famous also, yeah.
Yeah.
Janisar Akhtar.
Yeah.
Amitabh
coming back
Bachchan's
to
father
Spain-
was a poet. Was his grandfather a poet?
Harivansh Rai Bachchan.
Amitabh Bachchan?
Grandfather. I'll have to call and check. Just Amitabh
चल
को phone
पूछ लो
करो.
पूछ लो
Cyrus, if I may say so, I know you're saying this in jest,
Yeah.
but you have some pretty heavy hitters on your phone, like some really big names in your
अरे that
phone
day I
book
saw
list.
it Manmohan
Vishwas
Singh
Nagde
and
Patel is the
Manmohan-
most powerful person I know, but he doesn't pick up my call.
I would just say
Yeah.
that we were considering back in the days when we used to dream big. We were considering getting SRK for the 1000th episode,
Yeah.
and I think Amit asked you, "Can you drop him a text?" And you were like, "Yeah, sure, I'll drop him a text."
Not SRK. Nasiruddin Shah, we did send him a text. He didn't
I
respond.
think SRK.
But then he
also,
sent Vivan, finally. Yeah.
for that also you had to write a
SRK,
book.
we can get the number. What do we do with the number, bro?
That's
These
true,
are
yeah.
untouchable numbers and all that.
Yeah.
Unless you're calling from the narcotics department or whatever, and then... Sorry, you couldn't resist. Otherwise, I mean, you
This is
put
why,
pressure on
Cyrus.
big
This
guys.
is
But I'll
why-
tell you,
this is
Amitabh
why
Bachchan,
they
we
don't
cold
come.
called Amitabh Bachchan,
Oh, really?
and Rajiv Masan gave us the number.
Huh.
We cold called him, left a message,
Huh.
and then Rosie, his secretary, her name is Rosie, you can check. She called back, and then he came and spoke to us.
That's really nice.
Yeah, and I was
mean-
driving the car, and I broke all the laws. I was driving the car, and Kunal said he's calling, and gave the phone to me and wanted me to talk because he got shy. So I had to speak while driving on speakerphone.
Wow.
And,
Mr. Bachchan.
What was it? What was the conversation? Did you went? You were like,
He likes to
"Hello,
introduce
Amitabh ji," and he
himself.
was like,
No,
Did he say
no,
hi?
Akash. His standing gag is Amitabh Bachchan here. And I'm like, okay, yeah. No, we thought it was. I mean, and you're dying to say something cocky, about that. But he's very sweet. So, but what a lovely voice he's got.
That's,
yeah.
it's
I wish
quite-
if Amitabh wasn't a famous actor, I would ask him just to do like voice recording, just to soothe you when you're sleepy and all that, like Wales music and all. Lovely baritone.
Hmm.
And when
It's
he
called
saw
the March of the Penguins. You should watch it.
so Akash, he said, look, I don't know what you want to do. I guess it's going to be a lot of rubbish and nonsense or something words to that effect, but I'm happy to do it. So he was quite sweet. Now that I've beaten my chest a little bit, let's move on.
Poor
Next
woman's
name drop.
alimony
Name
left
drop.
on the side. Hamisha is saying, "अरे हम थोड़ी दे रहे थे, कोर्ट ने दे दिया ऑलरेडी, उसको साइड में लेफ्ट करने का पॉइंट जरूरत नहीं, उसको मिल गया."
It's match, bro. It's match. Let's not get into a sexist argument about it. But even if what are you doing? You're playing with your.
No, I'm
he's
not
put his
playing
hands in
with
his.
anything. I was
Oh,
checking for something.
You vulgar man.
He
His hand both-
touches his thigh every now and then.
No, Akash's hand went into his pockets and he's wearing these big
What?
black pockets and
Because he
pants.
wanted
and-
to pull out
I
his
can't
mobile
check
phone.
for something.
And he was
yeah.
shaking, his hands were shaking. I don't know what he was doing. It was embarrassingly vulgar here. Unless it's a sport which we don't know about. Yeah, Gilli Danda meets pocket billiards meets I don't know what. Oof,
Gilli
ouch.
Danda.
I wish we put the camera there. That's a show that's worth recording.
I mean, he can.
Yeah. No, don't. Why can't you just rise to the occasion? What's the big deal?
But where do you stand with this whole are you in favor of prenups? Both of you.
Well, of course, ask the
Uh,
non-married people. Is
Well, he's
Parshal on?
married also.
To
Yeah.
a tree. Yeah. What's the prenup? I'll water you every day. What?
No, you basically decide the split in case a separation happens.
Correct.
Prenups are
Um,
illegal in India.
Are they? Did you check?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
check
He's
it,
a
right?
lawyer, so I'm going to trust him.
One second. You had this conversation.
Yeah, my friend and I were both like, हम लोग avant-garde couple है, हम लोग कराएंगे, हम लोग को equity between the races and the genders, bro, whoa, और फिर कोर्ट ने बोला लौड़ा, ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है।
तू मर्द है,
He's
तेरी
quote-
औरत है,
By the way, guys,
लेके जा.
Akash is quoting from the court.
Yeah, the judge's exact word. लौड़ा, duck.
Don't waste the court's time, Akash.
He even put away the gavel and pulled out a dildo to bang.
Stop
So,
it.
like,
Stop it. Check with legal. I don't know what's going on here. Check with legal. Yeah.
It's a
Um,
hypothetical scene. man.
Akash is our legal.
It's a good
और
question.
मैं
but
खुद
a prenup-
illegal.
But prenup, Akash, is a good question because does it mean A, that you don't trust each other, which is the obvious thing, but actually does it mean you actually trust each other so much that it's really equal and egalitarian in your concept?
I think the idea is that you don't trust yourself because the logic is no, really, like
Yeah, that's true.
the
At-
logic
at
is
this
I
point
love
in
you,
time,
but
yeah.
what
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it changes over the
Correct.
years? If
At this
things
point in
change?
time, you don't know. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
that's
And
like
also,
a
I think-
reverse investment.
The
Yeah.
approach to divorces is very weird, like in our country, because of how we are raised, in the sense that we think it's a horrible thing to happen to a family. But divorces are usually a great thing to happen because they're the end of bad marriages. Nobody
Yeah.
happily married gets divorced. Okay.
My God, 40 years of not talking to each other. I mean, for my
Yeah,
generations, we are like that.
really-
Yeah,
But you know,
But
I don't know, Cyrus, you would know more because you know a lot of older couples
because
in
I'm
this
older.
regard. Yeah, you've
Can
been
hey,
around.
to quote the court again, Laura.
ask the guy whose wife has gone to meet her parents.
No, that's my lawyer speaking, Akash. That's my lawyer.
But you know, do
But
you know couples where like they, you know, it's a tumultuous relationship or whatever, and then once the kids grow up and they leave the house, no, then they sort of reconnect and
And get
refind or
better.
something.
They get
Yeah.
better because that's a real test. Now that's why pandemic has helped a lot. Suddenly you were stuck together and spending much more time than what was
Yeah.
social time or what was progressive work time together, etc., etc. Now suddenly you're spending time, just actual time, like
Yeah.
Sunday every day. So that tested a lot of relationships.
Hmm.
And you saw what happened to Silvery. But now the good news is, he's going to get married and all good.
Who
uh,
Sparsh?
not Spurs.
Oh.
Spurs is a Manglik, no? The Spurs
So
can't.
he will get married at some point.
No, he'll just basically be a botanist, and we'll see him in a plant nursery where he's, can't make up my
Wait,
mind, yaar.
For Mangliks, does botany count as pornography?
It is. It
Yeah.
would be. Because the moment I put him in a plurality,
It's
it's
like
an
going to a
orgy.
strip club. It's like
Yeah,
going to-
kind of.
It's a plant orgy. For God's sake, this guy, wow, bougainvillea.
But
Chal, chal, tu aa mere saath.
Abbas, do
Yeah.
not forget, just
Yeah.
because you're married to someone doesn't mean you're sexually attracted to them. You know, so I don't think you need
Wow.
to be into
Which-
plants.
which takes me
Abbas,
back to my original
hardly
question.
1 or 2 years and he's lost the magic. What the hell? Yeah, normally it's about 7-8 years, bossy. This is not good.
Yeah, it's
Akash.
called the 7-year itch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2 years.
not a
that's
7-year
not true. It's
Yeah.
7-year itch, bro.
What is
It's
that?
famous
ऐसा
one.
बोलते हैं 7 साल
Marilyn,
is
Marilyn
the,
Monroe
is the
movie. Go and check it out.
testing
Old
year.
movie.
Testing year is the 7th year.
Yeah.
अगर 7वें साल में
By the
भी
way,
तुमको
by the way,
प्यार
Narendra Modi 7th years in power. So also
है-
that.
no,
Yeah.
became
8th year.
PM
2019,
in 2014,
14,
Baba.
yeah,
Hi.
7.
So it's going to be 10
Ninth
years.
year in power. Ninth
Okay,
year
yeah,
in
7,
power.
8, 9. क्या फर्क है भाई?
Also, he will never
Are we
fall.
mathematicians or comedians, for God's sake? What is wrong with our people today?
He'll never fall out of power. So I think I don't think that.
I
love
never
affair
thought
is
Mike
going-
Tyson would lose.
I
In
think what you mean to
86
say is
89, he
he'll
was
never fall out
untouchable.
of grace. He'll
Yeah.
never fall out of grace.
Yeah.
You don't fall out of power, you are kicked out of power.
Again, I repeat, never thought Mike Tyson would lose.
But
I never
that's,
thought
see,
Federer would lose.
that's an age thing.
I never
right?
thought Gavaskar would retire or Virat Kohli would not get 100.
all sports related analogies.
Bro, life is
I
fantastic.
also thought Sachin will never retire, but he did.
Huh?
I तो genuinely
remember.
thought the World Cup after he retired कि वो पैड पहन के आ जाएगा खेलने को फाइनल में. But like he didn't.
Anyway, I'm just saying that anything can happen in politics. Don't be so, one-sided.
Okay, last question before we do the next story. Okay, sorry. Kiran is saying Honorable PM left his wife in 7 days. Forget 7-year age. Okay,
Wow.
gotta ignore that. But Akash,
I
why-
can see Kiran replacing Kharge. They'll just say, you come, you're younger, but your attitude is the same. Just put him in parliament, he'll fire them.
Akash, why is there no prenup in India? Is it a religious thing?
Arey, boss, it's not his responsibility.
It's not, but I'm asking. He's learned. I mean, he studied the law.
I don't know if
No,
that's
it's-
exactly true. The
firstly,
prenup
I'll-
is a personal contract between two people. How can the
No,
court say yes
No,
or
but
no?
India has this
Ek minute, Vakil Saab.
Hindu
kuch
Marriage
bolega.
Act and Muslim Marriage Act and Falana Dhimkana. So is
It's-
that
it's-
why there is no?
Bro, the moment there are two different religions or two different cultures, then
That's
what
what I'm
happens?
saying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So let's go to our lawyer from
it's
LA
al-
Law,
it's already
episode
been,
70. Here is Akash.
It's already been legislated for. You have the Hindu Marriage Act, you have the Muslim Marriage Act, you have the Special Marriage Act. तो उसमें सब आ जाता है. तो इसमें कोई ऐसा as such नया
So then
नहीं
why
है जो
no?
तुम.
Why no idea of a prenup?
what's the-
in
what's
the
the-
But
what's
that's
the
like-
philosophy
that's
behind
like
no?
me saying, okay, so like to give you an example, say that there is a rule, okay, कि you and I, if we enter into a transaction and you fuck up, then you have to go to jail, okay. Now that is the law that the land has made already. Now if I come and say, hey Abbas, let's make a contract where if you fuck up, you don't have to go to jail. You just have to give me 50 or 5,000 rupees or whatever. So
Hmm.
now there is a law that you're breaking by making a contract with me.
Right. No.
So that's
Okay.
my logic of why it's not.
Your
this is
small
what
law
my
is breaking
logic
an older, bigger law, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And hence, the judge's reaction was Lorda.
Lord our liaison actually is what he said.
I still don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they can't allow it's a
But they-
subcontract between two
but-
parties. Just like it
Yeah,
would be
but
between
it
you
has
and me,
to-
we're doing a comedy show.
it-
This is the contract.
It can't change the terms of divorce because the terms of divorce are already codified. That's what this one explains.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So you can't. Okay, it's not your personal
if
law.
there-
You're
if-
going to follow
if
the general
they-
law. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and if like murder is illegal, say for example, then no contract
Hmm.
you and I can make it illegal between us. So
Okay,
वो वाला
Sparsh,
logic है.
change that in the contract. That if you don't like the guest, you can kill him. That apparently it's ultra virus, the entire general law of India. We can't have that. Yeah.
Women can now swim topless in Berlin swimming
I was
pools.
so happy. And then I realized I don't even go to Mahatma Gandhi Memorial Pool here in Shivaji Park. So, I mean, Berlin is so far away.
So this was a case where a woman was arrested for
No.
nudity.
Can I explain what you're not
Which-
on?
and then the case
no,
was-
No. The reason why they won the case, what you're saying
Yeah,
is right,
yeah,
the setup.
yeah.
They won the case is because when you want to have equality,
Hmm,
and when you're speaking of equality, the men are allowed to bathe topless,
Topless,
but
yeah.
not bottomless.
Yeah.
So the whole point is now, that's a very touchy topic. Because, I mean, imagine all the people who have to make this decision are men.
hmm.
Let's say, so should we allow women to go topless in the spirit of fairness and equality? Ha, ha, ha! Maybe Naveen going, and the next, I don't know. It's a strange law.
Right. So, but then I'm sure there must have been some women on the bench as well who decided.
No, but it's a
Right.
tough one again. If you're talking about equality, you take your shirt off, I take my shirt off. So you just look at it from that blanket point of view and not the point of view of women, you'll be sexually
But there's
attracted to a woman's
There's a
breast.
line in this
Right.
article from the CNN. The measure introduced this week is symptomatic of Germany's love of. Okay, I'm going to try and pronounce
They
this.
have the most number of nude.
Frequer Prekultur, literally translated as free body culture.
They have that. All
Yeah.
over they have these nude beaches, nude camps. You can go any part of Germany. You don't have to go to Berlin.
साला
Also
उधर
Goa.
रोशनी
I-
तो होता नहीं है वो लोग बीच पे जाके क्या कर रहे हैं ठंडी में
नहीं, वो
तो
श-
निपल हार्ड हो रहा
The
है बस
Germans don't have that shame thing for some reason.
Ah.
Don't politicize it. But they
Hmm.
don't have that fear of body and all that. Whether they're fat, thin, whatever, they don't give a damn.
Right.
If you ever
or
go there,
or
you
piled
notice that.
together they don't give a damn.
Okay, stop. We're not talking about war.
So you're saying that's why they're more comfortable
I'm
with.
guessing.
You're
bro.
saying that there's less cases of men ogling at topless women than it
Well,
will be.
nobody behaves like third world country Indians.
Yeah.
Okay, where pretty girl just walks on the road and all 30 lafangas stare, including the minister all the way down to the McDonald's
Yeah.
worker, everybody.
Yeah.
So in
Yeah.
Europe, generally that doesn't happen so much.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think they're easy with their bodies. It's just not a big deal.
Hmm.
Yeah, of course there will be perverts,
think-
but they'll mostly be dark skinned like me.
No,
Yeah.
but I think it's also like normalization, right? Like when you grow up in an environment where this is just there, then by the
Yeah.
time you're 30 years
You're
old,
right.
you're not gonna fucking make a deal out of it.
But then does that mean that at some point in the evolutionary race, men will stop getting turned on by topless women?
There are a few like that. They like men.
But एक second, Abbas, what makes you think
Yeah.
women don't get turned on by topless men? That happens too, bro.
Or
दोनों बाजू
topless
चल रहा
women.
ही है.
But
Which is
then that's
my
what I'm saying.
fantasy.
Like that, I mean, I'll try and put this as eruditely as I can.
Okay, which is not a word. Erudite is, but putting the "lee" there doesn't give you the license to make it a word.
But that's
go
the
on.
thing, right? Men, it's not like there is a certain upper body part of men which is hidden, all
No,
that,
but so
which is
Bhai, Akash is right.
associated with
We-
shame
for 10,000 years
and
yeah,
eroticism.
We have
Because
created
of
the
fucking
shame.
patriarchy, man.
Yeah, we've created the shame
Yeah.
that upper body for men is not this thing and for women it is. We are
Yeah.
born into it, so we can't think elsewhere.
And
That's the
it's
way it
so
is.
like it's so incessant. Think of it that if like India, mein, if you look at our national dress, like, and there were no bras fucking back in the day, you would have a blouse piece and a sari.
And no
okay?
bras for men. Yeah.
Yeah, and the blouse piece was also added like down the road. It's not an original thing.
Right,
like
right.
it became with the part of
My
like,
hero
oh, you're-
Chandragupta Maurya had topless bodyguards, female bodyguards,
Boom.
everywhere he went. You can check with the Bihari here. He knows. Chandragupta Maurya, the great king.
Yeah, but
Famous
what
for
was
topless
the, what
bodyguards.
was the
He liked that.
purpose of that?
I don't know. You're the king. You choose. It's called being a king. Don't you know?
Was it for his like?
So women are supposed to be more loyal and more fierce.
Yeah,
This is a known fact.
but why have them topless?
Because he's the king. Bro, you just don't understand life.
This whole I mean another example. This whole idea of flashing during concerts or whatever, right?
This is all
Yeah.
again third world.
No, it happens in concerts in America.
But in Germany, it
whatever.
won't happen. It's very unlikely. It's just not a thing. It's like they evolved
अरे
beyond
इंडिया
that.
में हो जाता है यार. तुम क्या
इंडिया में
बात
हो
कर
जाता
रहे
है.
हो?
इंडिया में
Flashing?
Drunk enough, flash
इंडिया में
हाँ,
हो-
हो जाता है.
बहुत-
People get high enough.
My
they
wife
do
has told me
anything.
on the bus and all. I mean, ask girls you've grown up with. Yeah, girls
Not
on the
men
chat will tell
flashing.
you.
I'm talking about women flashing.
Women flashing not so much.
Yeah, in India, not at all.
Not so much. No.
अरे अभी
no.
अभी तो स्टार्ट हुआ है कल्चर यार. तुम लोग ऐसा उसे डिसहार्टन मत करो प्लीज.
Oh, okay. Where do you stay?
So, planning to go to Berlin next holiday, Cyrus?
I love Germany. It's my kind of people. I mean, with due respect to everybody else, I just love
Gaddafi
them.
had, yeah, he did.
Hamisha Singh Gaddafi had women bodyguards.
He did, and
But
plenty.
they were not
But-
shirtless.
Yeah.
They're not shirtless, but he slept with
They
all
were
of them. You know.
uniform.
If you study
yeah?
his life,
Again, how will they say no
Disgusting sort
if the
they don't have a choice. He would go.
Exactly.
His guards would go and get these young girls out of
Yeah.
schools and all, and that's it.
yeah,
Conchescu, the Romanian guy, was equally bad. I mean, all these dictators.
yeah.
I'm sure Kim Jong Un, if he likes a girl, what?
They put the dick in dictator.
Oh my God, a manglik. If I've ever found one, is you, bro. You need to be with trees for the rest of your life.
Anyway.
If you're with a tree, is it a threesome?
More of a tree.
Nahi, Rishi? Earlier on, laughing at all kinds of things. Yeah. Okay.
I've not forgotten the joke that
Errol Crastas giving you dictators at 10:54, so it came at the same time as you saying it.
This is the best one. Vinith is saying, where did you go? Abbas, animals stay nude all the time, yet get turned on when it's time to get turned on.
And Vineet, speaking as an animal, you're spot on.
Yes. Vinith, you animal, you.
And my friend Gaurav says Cyrus is shirtless in Malabar. Yeah, I'm all for topless. I don't have a problem. Are you one of those guys who you feel because you're slightly on the large side don't mind? But
yeah, I'm
you-
very conscious of my
are you?
body.
So you
yeah.
would not take your shirt off in front of other people?
In most cases, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I so fucking love it, dude. I'm so
Yeah.
happy to take my shirt off, bro.
Yeah. I
Any
love
day
to
of
see the
week.
reaction of people who are uncomfortable. I just love that.
Hmm.
I'm
sometimes-
the opposite end of Abbas. I think my body
Yeah.
is a gift to humanity,
A
bro.
temple.
So like,
A temple.
temple,
And I
gimple,
immediately-
kuch nahi, it's a theme park, bro.
Theme park? Okay. And then one day it'll be a temple. Because, they're templing everything.
Okay, let's go to the AMAs. The first one
Yeah.
comes from Samir Kolpekar. Abbas, with tickets at 800, 900, what is the future of movies?
Yeah, this is really, guys, I hate to sound like,
I
I
just
agree
want
with
to-
Samir completely. What is this rubbish, yaar?
Okay,
Please think, Akash, think of taking the family. Don't think of you and your wife. Think of taking
No,
5-6 people. Always think that.
I'm coming from exactly this perspective. Okay, so like wife and I have been watching movies a lot lately in the theater because I have not since pandemic I had not been going. But guys, nowadays tickets are like I go on weekday afternoon. That is the only time I can afford it, bro. I
The 9
cannot
o'clock morning is
afford-
also there, boss, which is ridiculous, no?
Dude, no, dude, that's what I'm saying. I've been watching this 250-300 ka ticket at PVR, and in the after 11 o'clock flight and 11 o'clock movie, 2 o'clock movie. But I can't afford a 9 o'clock movie with my wife. It is impossible, boss. You are going to
Would you
expend
pay
at
if
least
it's somebody
3,000
else's wife?
Yes, but
Laughing.
that's more for research. That's more for research.
I'm sorry to cut, but Rishi started laughing for the first time in this hour. And I said
I'm
that,
so
will you
glad.
pay for somebody else's wife? What a disgusting guy you turned out to be, yaar. Because,
You
none
should
of
see
us
Rishi
reacted
during
that way.
Vartalab. He laughs a lot.
Yeah? At very awkward things, no? He's an awkward laugher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we do
Yeah.
AMA?
AMS?
So
That was an
that
AMA
was
only,
the
no?
that was the
That was
first
the
one.
AMA?
Samir was
Oh.
like with 800.
Oh, sorry,
900
Samir,
rupees.
wasn't paying attention. Who shows this? One
Um,
sec, Gaurav Singh, PVR tickets are 15,000 or 1,500, right? Made a zero mistake.
1500.
1,500
For that, for
15,000?
that Ebony Lounge or whatever they call it, na, that
Yeah, that
Ah.
Lux.
that
LUXE,
lying back
huh.
thingy.
So
huh.
I'm
Hey,
saying
did I
don't
tell
go
you?
for that.
I
No,
saw a
go
movie
for
with
the-
Asha Tai. I
Bhosle?
was watching everything everywhere in PVR, and
She
Asha
went
Tai
to see
was
that
also there.
movie.
The actual
Yeah,
Asha
bro.
Bhosle.
Yeah,
Or
bro.
a cutout of Asha Bhosle.
She was with
like
like
a
3-4
Manglik.
little bachus and all, and like the
that's
bachus was
absolute-
Asha
recognized
Bhosle
me,
at this
I
age has
recognized
young
Asha Tai.
bachus. What's going on?
She
Must
hangs
be her
out with. I mean,
grandkids
I'm
or
assuming it's her
something, yeah.
Or she
grandkids
great
or something.
grandkids.
Yeah, maybe.
I know one of her grandkids is in class with Maya, so that would make her 16. So what the hell kid is this? Okay. all
हाँ
right.
यही सारे ऐसे ही उम्र के थे. But it was so nice, like refreshing to see her alive and all, like, you know.
Huh. Did people recognize her and come and take photos?
Nobody
sad.
recognized her, bro.
वो
She was
छोटी सी
surrounded by
आशा.
the kids.
Are you sure it was Asha Bhosle? And not just some sweet
I
old
am not
women
the kind of
woman.
guy.
Now, what
to
will
sneakily
he
take
mistake her
pictures
for?
of
Baba
people.
Sahib
I
Bhosle,
don't know.
Chief Minister of Maharashtra. What do you say?
Any old Maharashtrian lady, he might mistake her for Asha Bhosle.
You know, I'll tell you.
You pay 1,500
outside
bucks, you
the-
can't recognize the celebrity next to you.
Outside the Lower Parel PVR, I have recognized another celebrity once.
Hmm.
A
Name,
guy
name,
was-
no.
A guy was walking by and he looked exactly like Amit Shah, okay? And I
Amit Doshi.
I put up, that's a true story. I put up the photo and then Amit Doshi it was.
But you didn't know him. Did you know him then?
I didn't know him. I didn't know Amit
Wow,
then.
that's a super story. That's great. And there were no bodyguards, there was no shosha, there was no VIP culture.
And I was
You
like,
should have
the
thought
balls
something
on
is wrong.
Amit Shah. The balls on Amit Shah. Just walking
Itna-
through PVR.
Yeah. That's superb. He won you over immediately. What a guy.
Also, you must have thought, wow, his mall attire is completely different, from
different,
his,
yeah.
from his political attire.
Also, his Gujarati has an accent. Kem chow.
Okay, the next one comes from Aniket. He says, as an animal lover, I take great offense when the street dogs bark at me when I'm out on the streets at 4 in the morning. What do you suggest I do?
Ignore them.
Go home.
Never get upset. just remain
4
normal.
बजे है क्यों बाहर घर से ये बता.
Brother, the wife throws you out. No?
भाई ये तो यही तो बोलते हैं औरतों को, ये अब्बास
Yeah.
तुम्हारा ये सब है ना इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज्ड है, तुम बाजू में रखो.
Yeah, yeah. Abbas, you're very naive and innocent. You're Masoom.
Yeah,
The real
dude, and-
Masoom is
and-
you, yeah. Really.
No, I think Abbas is at his core level authoritarian. He just can't embrace it.
That's. Are you a fascist? In
No,
true
no,
life?
I am
His
very much in
first
favor of
question is-
democracy.
His first question is, तुम रात को घर से क्यों निकले?
Yeah, bench out. You have to put the bench out there also because that's the way he's talking in his mind. Yeah, that's true.
But the way he's framed the question, it means he's regularly out at 4
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
But-
morning.
yeah, so maybe it's his job. Listen, that's not
Yeah,
your fucking
He's
problem.
a, he's a,
तू है ना,
selling milk is a great, option.
you forget that shit. I can imagine him with a lathi just hitting random kids at night on Marine Drive. Just fucking-
But what's your...
and,
And do you own any khaki shirts? You should try wearing a khaki shirt and see if it calls to you.
he doesn't. There are no shorts that fit him. That's the problem.
It's
yeah.
actually true.
RSS said no when he came. No, now they're wearing trousers. By the way, so it's
Yeah,
all
I
good.
know,
It's
yeah.
all good.
But
Yeah.
what's your suggestion,
No, my
Cyrus?
suggestion first, don't panic. With animals, the great thing is body language is everything. Okay, lots
Yeah.
of packs sometimes are a little aggressive when something new happens. There's silence going on. It happens with human beings also. You just got to be calm and relax. And if they can tell you're not scared, there's never a problem. I've never had a problem with any dogs or cats, but I've had problems with different communities. Should I name the Indian communities I hate? Let's start with A for.
Agartala.
Rishi's not laughing now. Huh?
Yeah.
I'll come to M for Maharashtrians. Don't worry.
He just,
aa
I,
jayega.
I'd like to point,
Yeah.
Rishi just did this. Like,
Yeah,
not your
disdain.
funniest material.
No. Manglik was good. Stay with Manglik.
Okay, the next one comes from Oasis or Oasis, I don't know. Cyrus, the recently concluded
Oasis.
BGT tournament's commentary has not been up to the narrator's mark. Do you miss the time when the non-cricketers like ALS,
Yeah.
Tal-
AFS. He's made a mistake. Yeah, Talia Khan.
Talia
Talia Khan was a
yeah,
famous
the storytellers?
writer, commentator, sports commentator, writer from our, well, before my
Okay.
time also. Yeah. But that time, audio was very important. So audio was everything because everything was coming through radio or through the audio stream. So audio was so romantic because imagine you were listening to Australian cricket in India. That guy's telling you, you have no idea what Brisbane is, what Gabba is. Everything's coming out of his words.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. I miss that a little bit at the risk
I
of sounding
think
like a
Harsha Bogle
Purani
was
jeans.
Harsha was talking about this somewhere where he was discussing how fundamental a shift it is where on radio you have to keep talking, because you're
And-
the medium, and
Correct.
in TV you need to talk less and
Stop
less.
talking,
and
yeah.
you need-
Let them watch.
You stop
But
talking.
but in radio you have to tell me everything, no? Because I don't know
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
dove flying up. I
I
don't know
can't
every
see only.
small thing. It's not
Yeah.
just the ball swinging and all. You got to tell me everything. It's
एक
just-
राजू श्रीवास्तव का बिट तैयार किया, आप हिंदी कमेंटेटर को सुनो ना तो कंटिन्यूअसली बोलते रहते हैं और ये गेंद यहाँ से आती जाती रही और ये ले रहे हैं whatever, and English commentators just like keep quiet and just say the player's name. Ravi Shastri, Sunil Gavaskar on strike,
Gavaskar.
whatever.
Just the greatest Indian batsman of all time.
App,
Gavaskar.
tomato.
No, it's important. When they're famous, you learn how to pronounce their names, whichever culture they come from.
But I've heard this thing, Cyrus, that
I've got into a fight in my life, physical fight over this.
oh,
in a bar.
Gavaskar's name.
Yeah, so one guy from Delhi saying Gavaskar. This is not Gavaskar, you truth. Just the greatest Indian batsman of all time. You fuck, it's
was it
Gavaskar.
was it
That's how you
Indian?
pronounce his
It was
name.
an Indian guy was calling him Gavaskar.
Yeah, North Indian guy, it's a Gavaskar. If you hear Imran talking or any guy from Punjab talking, it's the natural slant will be
It's
that
there,
way.
it's there.
It is. It's a natural slant for them to go Gavaskar, Anil Kumble.
It's like Gujaratis who do
Prakash.
that shit. Kapadias will call themselves Kapadia.
No, that's the Anglophile version of that. That's another thing altogether. This is just a guy. So I was saying,
okay.
but just get his name right because he's a great Gavaskar. Just get that right. Then I
Yeah,
got
the great
emotional.
Gavaskar.
Because
वो
you're
किताब थी ना
sexually
जिसमें
frustrated, you
Leonardo
have to fight with someone.
DiCaprio. No, I remember
Huh.
the movie also. Leonardo played him. The great Gavaskar was great.
What?
Gatsby का joke है, brother. तू कैसा picture बनाएगा life में?
You heard that joke, right? That Alan Border went to see the film Border.
Yeah. Why was I not in it?
Yeah. But
You find that
Arey, the best. My favorite
laughing?
ancillary.
Get out of the studio, yaar.
My
Very
favorite
nonsense.
ancillary cricket actor joke
Bold,
is
bold,
if Brian
bold, bold.
Mara, if Lara Datta marries Brian Lara,
Lara.
Yeah.
she
She
will
would
be
be
called
Lara
Lara
Lara.
Lara.
Yeah. For which the judge's reply is,
Lara,
Love?
Lara.
Did they stop allowing transistors in sports stadiums because the players would get disturbed by the?
No. In fact, a lot of people listen to the commentary with those. You'll see the
Now,
things.
but
Yeah.
back in the day.
I don't think so. I can't remember. We used to carry it, small
Acha.
size.
Okay.
I carried it
Got
everywhere in
little
exams
radios,
also.
na?
Those little
Ah,
remember those radios?
transistors.
Which you fit it in the pocket, and so the teacher wouldn't see it and all that, and you keep it
Hot
under the
liquor.
desk. Yeah,
During board exam also.
yeah. Board exam, especially. Is it our fault India play Pakistan on the day you got your history paper?
I swear.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one comes
you
from
wanna take-
Harvesh. Hello all. Akshar Patel is currently playing so well, but came
Come the World Test Championship, June 7th, Oval. Yeah, go on.
3 spinners wouldn't be a luxury. Thoughts?
3. We won't.
It is a luxury. No,
we'll
we'll
play
have
2
one
on.
spinner.
No, we'll play 2 in Oval mostly because
You
the
think
4th
so?
and 5th day is supposed to turn. Generally speaking, Oval is the one wicket where they play 2 spinners, even the home
Fair.
side. So it's
Uh,
the two. You know who the 2 are. They were the man of the series together, men of the series. There's no question.
Yeah.
And they bat
I
at
mean,
7
so-
and 8 or 6 and 7, so you're done.
But that's the thing, right? Like the conversation here really is that any spinner in India knows that they should feel kind of happy because, like, look at Todd Murphy. You think Todd Murphy's gonna play again, fucking for the next 3 years?
He's not going to play
No.
4 tests in a row. I mean, that's never going to
Exactly.
happen. Yeah.
It's never gonna happen. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, India is just those conditions for that kind of player.
No, but
So,
one thing, Akash, Nathan Lyon's on his last legs, as good as he is. So these two, one of them may become the
But,
premier spinner for a while.
hey man, you say that, but the GOAT bowled 65 overs, bro. Tu kya baat
But
kar raha hai, bro?
36 to 36 hai na, beta. You're talking about topless women in Munich. Let me give you a figure. 36. 24. 36.
36, yeah.
Yeah. No, back to your cricket statistics.
No, I know
So
Virat Kohli.
basically-
Gavaskar!
अक्षर नहीं खेलेगा क्योंकि अक्षर का वैसे भी नेचुरल वेरिएशन के जोन में ज्यादा पड़ता है स्पिन से
No, Akshar to
Uh,
India में phenomenon hai. We have to see how he
हाँ.
does outside. We'll see.
एंड बैटिंग
time.
आउटसाइड इज आल्सो डिफरेंट यार
Oh God, playing outside is different. But I don't. I think WTC will be a great contest between India
Yeah.
and Australia.
Okay, the last one comes from Samir Gua. He has a sweet message for us. Long time listener and watcher, first time commenter. Big thanks to the Cyrus
Good.
Says team for making mornings light and funny. By the by, my favorite panelists Cyrus, Akash, Ayushi, and Abbas.
ये
तीनों बच गया.
Thank you, Samir.
Yeah.
वी विल लिव
Absolutely.
अनदर वीक
Yeah. You know, he's obviously new. When they're new, they're nice. And then by the third
Has
week, they're
Samir
cynical.
joined the
fifth
club?
week, they're cheeky.
Club Cyrus Says?
Yeah.
Okay, he has.
when
always
we so on the Tuesday or was it Monday you all do the private stream for the fans
Yeah.
thing
For the members.
But we'll give you free. Akash, you just say. Can you sort out Akash
I
membership?
bro in right now in Club Vartalab it's in a unique position where I can't see my own exclusive content but everybody who subscribe can see because they have subscribed and I'm not subscribed and it doesn't make sense for me to subscribe because मेरा वीडियो देखने के लिए मैं YouTube को पैसा क्यों
I think this is some sort of communist propaganda, yeah. That you're holding back my friend like this. Unbelievable.
No, he's truly Gujju.
अरे Monish thanks for the super
Monish
chat,
has
man.
given 6.99 what Canadian dollars? What is that?
yeah
So that's about 60 odd. So how much would that be? 7 into 60, 420, 430 bucks, somewhere there.
Yeah, chalo
Yeah.
sort आज की cigarette.
I think you can make elephant whisperers ka first shot you can do with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
there's an elephant, bang, you take the shot.
Okay, don't bang the
I know.
laptop.
Sorry, all this sex talk is driving me nuts here. And I'm
Ayushi
on,
get
I'm on my
Ayushi
way to
4K
Berlin.
followers
Bundesliga,
Get-
here I come. Sorry?
hey somebody saying get Ayushi to 4K followers भाई मैं नहीं कर रहा है तो उसको
हाँ
वो
ये कुछ
करने
चल
दो।
रहा है. This they're trying to
No,
get
Yeah,
she
you
got it. She got it.
4,000
Insta,
Instagram
no?
followers.
Got it last week. Yeah.
मेरे को भी दो. ऐसा क्या कर रहे हो?
Following Ayushi is a double-edged sword. On one hand, I mean, it's Ayushi. And on the other hand, it's like a lifestyle I can never afford.
Yeah, because her cheap car is the Thar that she self-drives.
I'm at
Yeah.
2,257. Get me also to.
How much are you?
2,257.
But it'll age well. To take-
Yeah, very
It'll
well.
happen, don't worry.
but
Don't be in a hurry.
hey, man, has it aged well? Is fast becoming my regularly listened to podcast.
Thanks.
Uh,
man.
it
Thank
has
you very much.
I mean,
replaced-
if I
Yeah,
would
of
listen,
course,
if I
yeah,
would be
yeah.
listening, I would be listening to that. Yeah.
It's replaced Cyrus for me in terms of
Yeah,
what
for
I
many
listen to.
people. People are
Yeah.
finally getting to know what a superior quality podcast sounds and looks
I
like.
don't know. Finally,
Yeah.
they just heard,
It's
heard it
okay.
once.
I mean,
and
not
then they
everyone
agree.
gets to hear Vartalab, so it's fair. But-
Which I am on this week. So, I mean, I'm
yeah,
going to
so
second
it's
that
for-
opinion.
ऐसा होता है, वैसा।
Hey guys,
Our
why don't you just
universe-
make just make Cyrus says your NGO, na? Look after us on the
Luke,
side.
It's
हाँ,
like
तू
Luke
कुछ footage
Skywalker.
का
to
दोनों
be-
footage
To be
का,
honest,
I don't
Cyrus,
mind.
Cock and Bull has become backdoor pilots for a lot of these shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. So we shouldn't call it Cock and Bull. Listen, the show this week is going to be called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, that brings us to the end of the show.
Yeah. Akash, why Susu Potty jokes is Shavik Bakchi's comment? He's only 24. Again, like Spurs, he's a young kid showing no respect.
जवान लोग को भी नहीं
where was
चाहिए
Susu
potty
Potty
jokes.
Because I feel like we're moving towards a more and more sanitized version of the world where comedians are more worried about the brand deal they're going to get than what they want to talk about. And somebody
Also,
has to fucking
comedians-
talk about this shit.
And if comedians start censoring themselves about ye joke बहुत गंदा है and this and that, then we
वही
have
ना.
nowhere to go,
Yeah.
right?
Religion
It's
के
the
लिए
end
करो
of
ना. सुसु
fucking-
potty के लिए क्यों कर रहे हो?
Yeah,
Good
मतलब
potty
यही
joke
है
has
ना,
to be
like it
appreciated.
starts with जब रिलीजन का हुआ तब मैं बोला ठीक है, जब पॉलिटिक्स
हाँ।
हुआ मैं बोला ठीक है, अब तुम आके लोग मेरे को आके बोल रहे हैं टट्टी का जोक मत कर, अब तुम
And lot of religion-
टट्टी फिर से तेरे।
Also, a lot of religion is susu potty. So what are we talking about? here?
Okay.
Let's
Whoa,
not
whoa,
go there.
whoa, whoa, please don't insult the Greek pantheon like
The
that.
judge is ruling.
Don't say
Akash, the
anything
judge
about
is
Zeus.
ruling. Let's hear the
Don't
judge's
say
ruling.
anything about
What is
our
the judge's
Lord and
ruling?
Savior, Achilles,
What-
okay?
What is the judge's ruling? What is his one word answer when in trouble? Huh?
What?
Very good, very good.
That's
Beta,
it.
you've learned. You
I
learned
said
well.
in a
The teacher
religious
forgot. The
context.
teacher forgot, but you learned. Yeah.
Is this Friday Saukar? Yeah, this Friday Saukar's episode. Please watch it. One of the
Fuck,
funniest
Cyrus, they're
Cyrus's
replacing
episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know why Saukar? Because Friday is the day they earn, no?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I just laughed.
Nothing.
But
I
yeah.
got it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Anyway.
Let's not. You know, I mean, we've isolated and
चलो
polarized.
हाजी अली जाते हैं इसके बाद।
नहीं बस कर बस कर
और
इसको कुछ नहीं मालूम
But yeah, one of the funniest Cyrus's episodes. Watch it and goodbye.
This one?
No, the Friday one.
Oh, thank God. What pressure. Bye bye. And I've got great news for everybody. Yes, it is the end of the show. People are clapping and cheering because now it's over. The pain, the angst, the suffering, the strife. But remember, it's very simple. Like and subscribe. Everybody says the same thing. We have to repeat it as well because there's a whole. We have to follow this process. It's not in my hands, honestly. I don't want to do this sometimes, but we have to follow it. So please like and subscribe. And yeah, you can leave your comments. And please spell correctly because it's very irritating when you spell color with a K, for God's sake. Or Coca-Cola with a P. I mean, oh, that's Pepsi. Sorry.